Kang the Conqueror will also be MCU's Fantastic Four villain. On top of all the MCU projects Kang is confirmed to be a part of, it's possible he'll also be the villain of the Fantastic Four movie. Here's why. In addition to appearing in at least 2 MCU movies, Kang the Conqueror could be the main villain of Marvel's upcoming Fantastic Four movie. Currently, there's no word on who will be chosen to menace Marvel's first family in the Phase 6 film. Doctor Doom would be an easy guess, but the MCU's Fantastic Four franchise doesn't have to start with the team's most iconic adversary. He could always be saved for later. Naturally, Doctor Doom leads the list of candidates for the movie's villain. But he's far from the only option. Galactus, Red Ghost, Blastar, Annihilus, and the Mad Thinker are all names worth considering for the role as well. Another character who deserves to be included in this conversation is Kang the Conqueror, a villain who has already emerged as an integral part of the multiverse saga. As someone who is confirmed to be the villain of Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and Avengers, the Kang Dynasty, and could be filling the same role in Loki Season 2 and Avengers: Secret Wars, he isn't the most obvious choice for Fantastic Four's villain. However, certain evidence shows that this possibility shouldn't be ruled out. A Kang the Conqueror variant is a Fantastic Four villain in Marvel Comics. Kang's well-earned reputation as one of the Avengers' greatest villain often results in his history with the Fantastic Four being overlooked. It shouldn't be forgotten that Kang actually has deep connections to both superhero teams. In a way, even Kang's Fantastic Four ties predate his rivalry with the Avengers. A 1970s retcon confirmed that a villain called Rama Tut was secretly Kang the Conqueror, introduced in 1963's Fantastic Four 19. Rama Tut was depicted as a time traveler who took over ancient Egypt and became its pharaoh. Later on, it was revealed that Rama Tut was a phase in Kang's journey. At some point in his life, he reinvented himself as Rama Tut and decided to rule Egypt. It was during this time that he ran afoul of the Fantastic Four, having become bored with his dominion over Egypt. Rama Tut sought out some excitement by trying to arrange a fight with the Fantastic Four, who were legends in his time. Using his knowledge of the team, he planted a hieroglyph that he knew would attract their attention. In doing so, Rama Tut succeeded in bringing the entire team to ancient Egypt for a battle, but was ultimately defeated. As time passed, the character gave up the Rama Tut identity and took on the Kang the Conqueror mantle he's known for today. But apparently, there was one version of Kang in the multiverse who grew to regret his crimes and resumed his guise as Rama Tut. This reformed interpretation of the Rama Tut character actually assisted the Avengers in one of their most important battles with Kang, which played out in the early 1970s and ended with the tragic death of the swordsman. The MCU already teased Kang's Rama Tut variant. True to the comics' handling of Kang, Marvel established in the Loki series finale that his MCU counterpart has a propensity for creating branching timelines. Apparently, there's all sorts of different Kang variants out there, many of which being threats to the multiverse. Via Loki, Marvel already introduced one Kang with He Who Remains, and a second is soon to join the MCU in Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Since the variant concept appears to be integral to Marvel's Kang story, there's good reason to suspect that more versions of Kang will show up before his arc is over. Interestingly, one in particular, Rama Tut, was teased in Phase 4, an episode of Moon Knight, a show which dealt heavily with Egyptian mythology. Featured a character wearing a Rama Tut symbol on his jacket. This may never amount to anything more than an Easter egg, but it does have the potential to lead to something huge in the MCU. Since Kang exists in the MCU, it's not impossible that one or more of his variants experienced his adventures as Rama Tut. One of them may even exist in Earth 616's past, as evidenced by Moon Knight's Easter egg. As Rama Tut, Kang could have made a secret mark on the planet's history. Why Rama Tut could be in Fantastic Four. With Fantastic Four being a part of the multiverse saga, an arc that hinges on alternate timelines and time travel, it would make sense if this concept plays a role in the movie, due in large part to the team having access to Doctor Doom's time machine. Time travel was crucial to a long list of classic Fantastic Four stories. All things considered, it won't be a surprise if the film turns out to be another time travel story. By moving in this direction, Marvel would allow Fantastic Four to fit seamlessly into the multiverse saga and its wider themes. By this point in the multiverse saga, Marvel might be risking time travel becoming an overused trope in its films, but can avoid that by offering something different, which it can definitely do with Rama Tut, a villain based in the past with motivations and ideas that separate him from most Kangs. By luring the team to ancient Egypt, Rama Tut can pull the Fantastic Four into the Kang mythos and introduce audiences to a whole new side of Jonathan Majors' MCU character. Rama Tut in Fantastic Four would set up Avengers 5 and 6. Majors playing Rama Tut in Fantastic Four would be significant for multiple reasons. Firstly, Fantastic Four will precede the Kang Dynasty by a few months, which means any use of Kang would be key to the MCU's setup for the next Avengers crossover. Presently, only Loki and Quantumania are expected to lay the groundwork for the fight with Kang in Phase 6. So involving Fantastic Four in that plan would add another stepping stone toward his inevitable showdown with the Avengers. Plus, two different versions of Kang being the main villains in two separate Marvel movies would strengthen the connectivity of the multiverse saga and further demonstrate just how deep of a hold Major's character has on the MCU. And with everything Loki set up about Kang's variants eventually starting a multiversal war, it makes perfect sense for Marvel to highlight more than just one Kang ahead of Avengers: The Kang Dynasty and Avengers: Secret Wars. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you click down below, subscribe to the button, hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment.